guys, welcome to another episode of the KickChat podcast. I'm your host Ilian Thoram.
Mulikevs, team
kubwa, team ya mchele.
We sound real.
Rice, they got boiled with rice.
That
was a good game.
What are we calling him?
Rice Baker.
Rice Baker. Free kicks like Beckham, saying like
Roberto
like rice.
Nasema rice abudoya forever rice. So I think officially he should become the man who takes free kicks now. Mnatoa
But mostly anakoga more of
corners.
Not corners and crosses. Because the balls are really good. Because that will scare from him.
Why not? You tried the first one.
Because even the set piece coach had told him to ngomwambia watu waliona akifanya hivyo
the first time alifanya hivyo and then people were just like this is not a corner so he needs to take a seat. Kidogo naona ashafanya kale kama mkono hivi nikashinda what kind of communication is this? So when the set piece coach I think afakongeza mshahara ongezwe.
Yeye alikuwa ameambia Rice apige juu
ya wall.
Then Rice akaona
akaka wall but
I have summoned the spirit of Roberto Carlos from the stands.
Let me do it this
way.
From the side, but that foul was just really nice. The cap of that ball was really, really amazing. Second tunasemaje Beckham?
Top bin.
Number 7.
Yeye angepointia Courtois na kupiga hiyo ball pale.
That guy is huge. You know, he's tall. So you expect it's hard to beat Courtois. Anyone knows it's hard to beat Courtois. So twice in a span of less than 5 minutes.
I'll put that ball there.
Top corner.
Aushiki.
Top corner.
Top corner, the whip.
Yeah, that was just amazing. Actually, for once, Nimona Arsenal waliput up one of the greatest game I've seen from Arsenal. Na nikasema tu hii ndio mlikimbiza Madrid. Ndio mlikuwa mnakimbiza Liverpool. Tungemaliza 20 years of drought.
It
doesn't matter. But I expected your pace, your game ilikuwa too. It was just amazing.
Players will rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
Let's say even from the defense, Kiwo coming in.
But he made a slight mistake. Actually, nilikuwa nafikiria he ended with weak points for the whole defense. Because he's coming in. Now Saliba is collaborating with Gabriel. So now he's coming in. So he made a mistake na ile pass ya Bellingham. So I was just like, okay, hapo kunaweza kuwa na
again, I think there were around 3 mistakes from defense that would have really costed us.
Yeah.
But I think recovery was recovery from Partey, who would really also have
really had a good game.
Yeah. Control the midfield. The midfield end walikuwa
boss kidogo but kama Vinga aliwashtua kidogo, you know.
Kama Vinga pia alikuwa anaonyesha pia huko kwangu kujagwa vyo. Kwangu kujagwa.
It was a game of the mid. I think Arsenal had the greats. They had the best over.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Match juu hata mabao zingefika kama 5 ama 6.
Actually they were lucky. They were lucky. Mimi kama hater, I was just like, you guys manze, mnacheza nini? Because Vini was poor. Kylian was poor. I think Bellingham, I didn't feel.
I think the
ball
ilikuwa imechokiwa towards Vini and
Mbappe. Yeah.
So they weren't getting the supplies because I think the flashes you saw from, let's say, Mbappe was ile time they get picked for a pass.
Yeah, the one for Bellingham. I think that was the only one. I think was a counter attack.
Yeah.
So apart from that, Rodrigo was just there, nothing. Vini the same. So I think the entire team, even Madrid, I was just like, this is not just
Madrid alikuwa mfuko na skill.
Totally.
Mfuko tu.
Ako kona you take the passes because akina Vini, they depend on him as well for the passes as well. Yeah, so man, that was a good one. That was a good game.
Vijana pale walisema sijui watu walikuwa wametishia sijui Real Madrid.
Tulikuwa tunangoja
Hala Madrid.
Nasema Hala Madrid. Madrid is now.
Hala Madrid. Allah.
Allah.
Yeah, what
What's
are you doing?
your second leg? Ndio hiyo coming up on Wednesday?
Tisho.
No, hatutishi, but tunasema tu if you guys legeza a bit and you allow them have first goal or 2 goals in their first half. You guys know mutapaniki.
Have you seen the history this Champions League goals conceded by Arsenal on away matches in the Champions League?
This is Bernabeu. Please. Let's put that into perspective. Vinny Ashawambia, great things have happened there before.
Yes, we know that.
Yeah, they can turn things around any day, anytime.
Yes.
So for them, I don't know, but for me, I feel like they should change how they play. I think their tactics, coach anafaa kuchange how they
I think ataenda sasa nikaa ile unaona venye PS jamaa ulikuwa umelegea ulikuwa unapiga hivi. The time unarudi yes, but the boys never. It won't be easy from the atmosphere there. Yeah.
Ili kama utafungiwa roof juu, the noise iko mingi.
Pana tulisema tunabeba easy coach mabasi zote za Western.
Kile hapo mbele ya raya.
No block moja safi.
But
still same game.
It's okay. But mkienda na mentality of defense, I feel like you'll get overpowered with it.
Yeah.
And it won't be better. I prefer you guys go with the mentality you started with.
Yes.
The attack one.
Yes.
That's okay. But mkienda na defense mentality, it's going to be trouble. It's going to be trouble. Maybe come a hater, but then niko team hala Madrid.
No problem. Nenda nao home.
But you know hata hivyo you go through, you remember kiboko yenu ni gani?
Aston Villa.
No. Kiboko yenu ni gani? We just imagine you guys to manifest kama tuli manifest. Game ya Real na Arsenal. To manifest hapa mnapata na Barcelona.
Kama si Aston Villa, hii Champions League ni yetu.
Aya, you guys.
La.
Okay.
Kama si Unai, hii kikombe ni yetu.
Tuachokangi. Another episode of ni yetu.
Ni yetu. Ni nini? Kama si Aston Villa. PSG tufanyeni mambo mturudi.
But Premier League teams, they know how to handle Arsenal.
Yeah.
Because those are their regular opponents. Yeah, so they know how to handle every kind of tactics you throw to them.
But the thing about now in the Champions League, it's not the same as in Premier League where
it's different.
Where a point is enough sometimes. So Aston Villa, maybe for a game with Arsenal or any other team, maybe we are satisfied with that point.
Yeah.
But now this becomes the Champions League. So
it's either you win
or
win.
Yes.
Losing is not an option.
Ama ucheze Mourinho ufunge pasi but you have really good counter attackers.
Yeah.
So
but for you guys have pace in front since Saka is back. And I think he was the difference in this game actually. He was the difference. So I imagined you guys didn't have him back. Mungekuwa wapi? Hamungekuwa mnaongea?
Tumeumia. Hata tungeongeza sasa Havertz. Hizo balls zingekuwa sita.
Yeah, actually because Saka had like 2
very good crosses
hapo tu ile 2 tappings in a clean. So hakukuwa na instinct, right?
Killer instincts from
the striker. Yeah.
Yes. But part of the strike of the day, uliona bao lipiga?
Nani
Merino.
Merino.
So we served them some
one.
rice with a bit of Merino.
But you know, for him, he knows how Spain players play because he's been there for better part of his years. So yeah, he is very much aware of how we play.
And I think most goals he has scored are against Real Madrid.
Wow, that's interesting.
That's
ameongeza ingine. And this was a good one actually.
Yes.
Very good goal.
By the way, all the goals from that match, let's say the Arsenal match, the first free kick, the second free kick, that goal from Merino, really good goals.
Yeah, actually contenders, especially the second one from Rice, should be a contender.
Yes,
that one should be.
Now the problem is, even from the other games, Zajana.
Yeah, there's a good goal from an Inter player.
Yes.
That was a very good one as well.
The outer foot, your Bopio was really good. So, really good contender, but it's the Champions League.
How far do you see you guys mnaenda wapi?
Match after match to
One at a time.
One at a
time.
One at a time. Wacha leo tuone nani wana.
What's a winning game? Yeah, but I believe, I wish Villa get it,
Mhm.
and it will be the best performance of Villa. Get into a semi. Yes, semi. No,
Team
come
PSG.
on. Watu hata wanaogopa
Team
Gudiri.
PSG. Gudiri na machungu na sisi.
Wanaogopa Mr. Gudiri.
But no, any team that comes, but yeah, I'm saying for us, I believe Aston Villa will be, as they have always been a challenge even in the Premier League for us, still be a challenge. But let's see, anything that comes.
Operation, avoid them as much as you can.
Anytime mwenye atakuja kuje bado. We are ready. Hatuwezi kuwa tumefika hapo out of luck. Hii tunapiga watu ni yetu.
Watu delusional. The little people know how.
Tuliambia hivyo tukiambia watu tutapiga hii real. Tuliwaambia.
The little people. Yeah, so to go straight in kidogo to songe to Premier League a little bit. For me it was tuingie kwanza Manchester derby because that was the game of the weekend actually, and a disappointing game. Manchester derby, considering it was the last Manchester derby for De Bruyne. I expected.
The teams are playing for nothing. They were just playing for pride.
Nothing ni wewe. Sisi na unajua no, for Pep was playing for something because he had to prove a point to Amorim. Amemchapa. You know, he's the only coach that managed to hold on Pep. Yes. Alimchapa na Sporting, akamchapa Manchester derby. So hii ilikuwa ingine kidogo tungemchapa. So alikuwa maintain kwanza.
Anaika ego just that game by the for me I expected some almost a goal some goals hata
si moja
kama
ilikuwa inafaa kwa goal fest
because 3-1 it was a 3-1 kind of game.
Manchester United had better chances than even Man City actually. The first half I believe when they take their chances when they go like 3 or 2-0 up at most.
Yeah. Because yes, you guys played a bit more freely.
Yeah.
Yes, even when was because without pressure of you need these 3 points. You have the freedom to express yourself.
Yeah. Actually, when we grow, I feel like there's change and wanna grow in the style of play that Amorim wants. So now at least you can see the structure more than the previous game. So I believe if he gets the right players, whatever he needs.
Pesa iko kweli?
Si tunauza hata Anthony tushambidi 80 million.
That should be a bargain by the way. That is the best player in La Liga right now.
Atisha Madrid. Atisha kila team.
Madrid anaingia
He's the best player actually at the moment. Ameji outdo and he's proved a point to the manager. You know what? If you still don't want me, I can go out here and still perform. Yeah, I believe I have the talent. So I don't think so there's any chance for him coming back. The only option, mimi ningekuwa nikisema acha nikae hapo aliko. Sitoki, acha tukae hapo. Yeah.
But when you now being the last game for De Bruyne. What a journey. 10 years.
10 years of brilliance. He made Premier League just look better.
Yeah.
Any day, any time.
Best player for those 10 years.
Yes.
Best player in the Premier League for those
highest in assists. Unapotua if De Bruyne gets the ball, you're just lucky to be a striker. That's it.
The defender shanza kushtuka na De Bruyne ako almost the other side.
Yeah.
The vision has been amazing. After the injury, I think that was last year.
Like 2 seasons ago, ajakuwa perfect.
Ajarudi back to his
because even for the treble, he didn't participate as much as tulikuwa tumezoea kuona De Bruyne perform. But the most sentimental part that I loved, Pep alisema, we're giving this guy a statue. Yeah.
He deserves it.
He deserves it.
5 Premier Leagues.
A treble.
Yeah. Champions League.
Actually, a treble, he goes down to history. Rosafi, no matter how many years to come,
yes,
he's in history of Man City.
Alivunja ile history ya Manchester United nyingine.
As you to go kwa history. It's only the Manchester team can do that. No other team.
Kuna ingine na nilifanya inaitwa the golden trophy. Hiyo jefikiwa.
Yeah, so but I'm happy. It's such a sad time to see him leave the Premier League. But we hope for the best because I know hatacheza for long before he retires. So Belgium loses a good player.
But I think he's already started from resigning from that because even the pressure. I think now more of it anaenda more of if even he goes to play, not an attacking mid. I think more on holding. Mali pressure
equal less na the running is a little bit.
So more of like a Modric, but wachaende atafutujue kama anaenda Saudi ama anaenda US.
For me, if I were him, I'll go Saudi.
I'm going to play with Messi.
Uendo kamalize kista.
Kamalize kista.
Sasa mwingine atamalize kista.
Una imagine pale De Bruyne anapigia vision na Messi na Suarez.
I think that could be the best retiring team ever. Because now you have Busquets, you have Jordi Alba, you have Suarez, you have Messi.
Team moja retirees moja.
It's a good team.
It's a good team. Because now in Saudi are now looking for young players to make their league no bigger. Because even let's say for them signing Durant, see that is not a player in his old age. You need him to have prime.
Yeah, prime. Yeah.
And now they are doing the same. Even for Sunny.
Yeah, for Sunny is he's still young. So I believe, that's a good impact actually.
Yes.
So and then Japan Cristiano know that he'll play for the next 5 years per se. Okay, I believe maybe KickChatKe anaweza push.
He was an header bado alipiga juzi. Bado ni zile float na anafanya header pale.
That guy is really fit. Yeah. So all I can say is I'm just sad to see such a player anatoka Premier League. And I hope for the best. Bado atatupatia those two highlights as he retires. Yeah. To namwombea less injuries and do the best for him.
I hope Man City asipate mwingine.
Actually, on a bid for I don't know this player from Germany. It's Witz. I don't know how you pronounce that. I'm not sure anyone like they need him. He's a 21-year-old. Yeah, so anataka players who replace.
Walituonesha something very different. Waliluza Goro hivyo anatuletea Haaland.
Haaland gives you 90 something
goals. So we are hoping sasa ya De Bruyne at least tupe break. Tupe break tushinde hata vikombe mbili za Premier League. Tuna Liverpool
But for City, for Pep expect surprises. And he'll go for the least known person. Trust me.
Because more of him of the team is not about individuality.
It's about teamwork.
It's about teamwork.
Yeah, and that's the best thing about Pep. He can't even. It's all about the team. It's not about individuals. Yeah, that's why I think Grealish struggles because alikuwa amezoea the superstar in Aston Villa before he went to Man City.
But Man City imekuwa na flops. Pepe was a star in Arsenal. Grealish at his first goal in how many years?
Wait a minute, will you even compare Pepe to Grealish?
Any day.
No, Grealish akona two. Pepe akona
anyway. Trophy. But you see, unasikia the first goal in how long? The weekend.
Yeah. Like his season, I think
Moja, the other.
But for him, I think pia is social life yake it affects him as much. But I hate it the way he doesn't get criticized more the way Rashford does. Kuna video fulani ilitokea alikuwa ako outside. Nikasema tu if that could be Rashford. That guy, I think angekuwa trolled like no one business.
Nasema tu if it would have been any black player.
Yeah, let's put it like that. Angekuwa trolled.
But wacha tuachie hapo.
Anyway, because I usually feel bad because the black players all get trolled too much than the
even on the how you get on the spotlight.
Yeah, it's different.
It's different from how others. Something little that you do is
in a more like maximized or enlarged, like you is
we are talking like, let's say, well, now let's go to another game. Let's say go to the Arsenal game, Arsenal Everton. Let's say now Miles ako waba that much like
18 alcohol.
Unaona kwa
20-year-old. I mean, they're juicing in this area.
Watu mwingine having fun.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yes. It's football.
Tutasema ni double standards, but pia for these bandits as well.
Yeah.
Usually play, but they still have double standards. Yeah, speaking of, wacha turudi nyuma kidogo. Game ya Everton. Sikia ukisema kidogo hiyo penalty was no penalty. Actually that was a soft one, to be honest. Na bado tunaambia
more of it would have been from where the foul started. It started outside the box. If you're giving the foul, anza malilianza. If you're going inside the box, it's too much of a soft penalty. Hata mimi sikuelewa what we did in that. But yes, a very soft penalty. It's a game that we should have done better, but unajua ni team gani tunacheza against. It was a Shondike defense that was added a Moyes. So it is a defense that breaking it is really hard.
Yeah.
So with when we were one goal, it was different because wao kukuja kufunga would have been really hard. But now with them getting a point,
they will fight for that.
They will fight for that.
Yeah.
And the discipline of that defense.
It's perfect.
I'm boy.
Yeah. Yes, so
tunaenda hiyo mazi side nyingine hiyo ya Everton ya.
Nilikuwa nataka niambie watu kwanza wa like, wa subscribe hapo chini. So that now tukiingia tunaingia Merseyside. Tuseme Liverpool walipa points.
Second
loss in the season.
Second loss of the season.
They've tried. Yeah, winning all those games and few draws and only 2 losses for like the whole Premier League. Tumebakisha about 7 games.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a good one actually for them.
Yeah, really have performed themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, a really good game from Fulham.
Actually, Basi, I really admire Basi. Basi should akibaki Fulham for another, because now I think big teams might end up. He's quite on a party
kind of
meaning. Yeah.
That kind of commanding.
Yes, because he really commands that defense. Because you will feel impact yake week in, week out. He really performs really well.
Yeah. Even from the game that we had with them from Fulham
it's just a different
team, and a really strong team. But that was, I think, 12 minutes that Liverpool legeza tu hivi kidogo. People overperformed.
Actually, it was just how lose points. Mungekuwa mnakimbizana nao kidogo sasa mngekuwa msema hii bado ni yetu, but sasa
makosa ilifanyika.
Wait for another season. Another episode.
Tuko hapa kama Netflix next season tuko.
Yeah, so tukifanya round up
of the Premier League that happened.
Yeah.
There was a game of red cards that was...
Yeah, Crystal Palace game. Yeah,
Brighton. But a good game from Crystal Palace, winning the game, still at 9 men, defended well, but KickChatKe coming in, then first
yellow and then a second one. So I thought it was a clumsy one, so I didn't expect when they actually 2 men down, wanna play 9-10.
But at least ule mwingine alipigwa alipigwa then ikiisha.
Yeah.
So but good game. Yeah. Another game.
Yeah, Villa pia was good with Tottenham. At least hapo tulionyeshwa. Actually Nottingham, I feel they were not at their best. Walikuwa tu wamelegeza. I don't know, it's the pace or it's the formation. I don't know, or the not even Villa, or it's the losing of defenders because the previous game only lose a couple of defenders. So I don't know what's affected them so much in the game week. But you know what? Villa, Mr. Good Evening, anahandle nota zake wenye anafaa.
Ameamua anaingia Champions League.
Yeah, by fire.
Either ishinda ama ingie. Because I think he's 2 points off top 5.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So ni mwenye
analegeza anatoka. Chelsea pia anaweza jipata ametoka juu hawaeleweki.
Yeah.
Even for them drawing again,
not Brentford, of which I feel Brentford was a better team.
Yeah, they were a better team.
Yeah.
Chelsea from being title contenders in some part of this season to now even not knowing.
Hata hawajui ni wapi wako. They don't have even a formation of play. They're just there.
With 1.5 be used on that team now. Even you can't tell if that
and 45 members.
And 45. Sijui 3 teams, moja ilikuwa inacheza conference, moja inacheza sijui Carling Cup na ingine inacheza. I really don't know
what happened to them. Yeah, I think that's it from the weekends zenye tuliona zinafaa kuongelewa. So tuingie straight down to
today.
Yeah, actually, no, I was just saying kidogo tungefanya because tuingia double game, tumalizane na Premier League kidogo, and then tufanye predictions za champions. Yeah, tukimalizia na tukingoja Barcelona. Yeah. So Sato, we have which game?
Tuanza na Manchester Crystal Palace, a very good game.
Actually, that one is very competitive.
Hiyo game mimi napea Crystal Palace. Ni ya mapema na naipea Crystal Palace.
Mapema ndio best. Sana game is 8:30. So Crystal Palace for clean sheet? Not really. Yeah, because looking at Man City when wamekuwa of late, so I feel they might watalegeza. Our clinical, yeah. So,
and I believe I see Crystal Palace even now how they have been playing. Really good games.
For me, I put my hopes in City. I give Mamusha goal.
Goal, but Crystal Palace win.
Okay, for me, City win.
2-1. I'm at 3-1.
Remember, City wako home.
Hiyo imati hiyo. Etihad ilishakuwa. Etihad ndo
si fortress tena. Another good game here for Nottingham and Everton. Because you know Nottingham actually they're closing in the gap with you guys. So you need them to lose points.
Number 2 ni yetu tu.
What washa cement? Show you guys. That's a good one with Everton actually.
Yeah,
because they have 2 different styles of play.
Yeah.
Of which Moyes is more of a defensive coach, and yet for Nuno is counter. Yeah. So this one seems to be a very good game actually.
The thing is I see Everton winning.
Really? For me, I think Nottingham will pull up the socks. In ile wanabidi na comeback ya 7-0.
7-0.
Kama ile game walichapa Brighton 7-0.
Moyes. Hiyo defense.
7-0.
Hiyo itomboki.
7-0.
Goal first inaweza go hiyo Aston Villa Southampton.
Actually they will expect more goals.
But I believe Aston Villa might not really put the best team forward because pia watakuwa na save for the next Champions League.
Because they have a double game week as well in that week.
They have the Champions League now, PSG, and now we will see what happens. So they might rest players over the weekend just to prepare for Champions League.
Okay. So game ya mwisho hapo ni Arsenal Brentford, another good game. Hapo Wisa Mbongo.
Another thing, that game I see also Arteta doing the same as he did
with Real.
Not with Real, with Everton. Where there was also a turnaround of the team. Kuna players walikuwa rested.
Yeah, of which I believe he should rest some players.
Yes.
Thinking of the second leg.
Yes.
Now, which I think Saka will not start. Yeah, so we tell guys, they tell us predictions. Kwanza ya hiyo game ya Arsenal. How do they see that game going? Yeah, so like, subscribe, share, comment down below. Tukienda hapo on Sunday, games za Sunday. Games za Sunday ni poa, team kubwa. Chelsea, Ipswich, hapo. I feel Chelsea should win this game clean.
They should win.
Yeah.
Sijui kama wanashinda.
Yeah, tuko 50-50 about that. Liverpool, West Ham.
Liverpool win.
Okay. For Wolves, Spurs, that's a difficult game as well.
Being
at home.
Tutasema hata relegation went. Ni venye tu hawezi the three teams.
Washaje.
Did you hear the chant on Emirates? Where Arsenal fans were trolling Real Madrid. Are you Tottenham in these guys?
pale relegation wanaenda. Yeah, speaking of relegation, you know Southampton already relegated.
Yes.
Yeah, that's sad. They didn't manage, I think, with the fewest points ever.
Yeah, the fewest points there. But now, convinced again now, Leicester is worse.
Because they haven't won any game since they sacked their manager anyway.
Yes, and even the style of play, you can't really tell what they're trying.
So Rudapo amekuwa flop in that managerial career. Yeah, so sad to see Southampton go. Actually, for me, I'm really sad to see Ipswich go.
Really good games, by the way.
Yeah.
For them,
they have a good team.
I thought
they would
overturn some Wolves. Maybe Wolves will change over, but they didn't manage. Even from their game, they didn't manage.
For me, I think that one will but the others, they can just go. Yeah. Game Kubwa of the weekend, drum rolls, Team Kubwa, nothing like the birthday rolls.
Oh, the team that imeshinda hii kitu.
Sisi ndio tunashinda Europa. You know what I mean?
Ile team imeshinda Carabao. The energy drink cup. Newcastle
versus Manchester. That's a different game. But Major, why I believe probably they can get points here. Because anyway, first things first, wanaenda Newcastle grounds. There's no place make difficult to play like playing there. Wanasemanga window, mimi sijui window fanya nini. But your ground, it's the most difficult, same as here.
And wanachezaga hapo koni kama is everything. The fans are the 12th man.
It's just perfect, yes. So St. James's Park is difficult. Same as to Crystal Palace's ground. Those are two most difficult places to go ever and get a win. So, but anyway, I believe in them. Or improve. So, we get a point. We get some points. 3 points up.
Captain Isaac.
Isaac double game week.
Captain Isaac. Unajua kenye nimemwambia atafanya game ya Man U.
Atakuwa na hat-trick. We know that easy. So you know, tumemaliza round up our predictions.
Yes.
So as we finish up the big games za leo. Champions League. PSG versus Villa. And then you have Barcelona versus Dortmund. Good games.
Hapa ni predictions zangu. PSG and Barcelona. Wins in hizo.
Okay. On my side, my predictions, I give Barcelona. Lamine Yamal goal pale lazima aingie kwa hiyo record. Then why not? Mr. Good evening.
Good evening.
Give me a clean one.
Yes. For English football,
I would love to see them go to the semi-finals because they really worked hard.
And they really played well.
Actually, I think it's one of their best seasons ever.
And to imagine they have missed Duran, who was their best player now in the Champions League, and they're still going.
For me, Asensio has been the change in that team. And King Rush.
Very. Those are really good signings.
Yeah, actually on loan, zero expense, and now they have
just salaries.
Yeah.
Wanawapea chakula. Wanawapea mkate na supu.
Because for me, I think if you're a team, whatever, I love when Talisman play, he gives them just a different feel in that game. Okay, McGinn is good, but I prefer when Talisman akicheza na Rogers. Yeah.
Now the thing that maybe escape here now of Aston Villa, the team now has a full squad.
Yeah, and they're fit.
Everybody is fit.
Yeah, they're fit.
Those are really good options now for Unai. Really, because now I think you have the diversity of now being able to choose this player is good for this instance of this game, this player, anachezaga hivi, so I can get Asensio out, get Rogers pale ndani, get Rashford, really.
So
get Watkins out.
And so all we just want to say for this one is they don't get cooked or boiled like rice. They do that thing.
Dembele.
Yeah. Dembele as your cook. But having Martinez in, it's a good one. So we believe they'll go and win this. Yeah, first leg.
Martinez uliona alishaanza kucheza mind games.
Of course.
Kuna nini World Cup yake.
No, for sure cheza mind games. In short, they have this, yeah. Please remember to like, subscribe, share with us your predictions. Tell us same as nani you wanna go through. Yeah, and your predictions are over the weekend.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the Kenyan team. Kenya Sevens. Shout out to the Kenya Sevens team.
The boys, they made us proud. Getting kwa number 2?
For number 2, first final in a really long time.
Yeah.
First year back.
Yeah.
I think the boys are going
somewhere.
Are going on places.
Yeah.
Places.
Congratulations to them. Manze, we are happy, we are proud as Kenyans. Yeah.
We go again.
Yeah, another time. Yeah, you know, we are always
the season
behind.
The season ndio ya tatu.
Yeah, we are always behind you guys. Yeah, so we are very, very proud. Yeah. So that's it from us. It's a wrap. Thank you guys for watching. See you on the next episode. Bye. Cheers.